given, right? Because we are live. This is for all public to hear. I will not say your last name, but you might say your last name. Okay, so at the end of what we were doing, we were learning about all the skills needed to be an entrepreneur, and we left off, I think, with one of the most important ones, which is listening skills. You guys want this on your screens or no?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Let me go and throw that on your screen. So our learning target today, guys, which we're going to finish what we did last week and then move into today, is you guys will finish up and learn the necessary skills in order to be an entrepreneur, but at the same time, it does transition over to just kind of being a good person, I guess. All right. Then we're going to go into the math skills you will need to know to run a business. All right. Your success criteria for today, depending on how far we get, is 1, will you be able to know how to do markups and markdowns and discounts? And then, which we probably won't get to, is growth rates, but you will know why growth rates are important. All right. So listening skills, which is a soft skill. Remember we talked about soft skills back in the day, or not back today, back last week. All right. They're kind of important. So here's one of them. All right. Listening skills. You need to focus your attention on the person who is speaking. I know that's hard to do. Even just in class, it's hard to do. Being able to focus. All right. They say, I think you can take, what's the saying about kids? You take how old a kid is, and that's how many minutes you can keep their attention. So for a 3-year-old, the attention span of a 3-year-old is 3 minutes, something like that. I think the attention span for a high schooler is somewhere between 10 to 15 minutes. So you have to switch up every 10 to 15 minutes, which we will do. I'm not going to lecture forever. All right? Got it? All right? Think about and try to understand what the other person is saying. All right? And guess what? If you don't know what they're saying, ask questions to make sure you understand what they're saying. It's probably one of the biggest things people don't do because they're afraid of feeling stupid. You don't need to feel afraid of being stupid. Because guess what? If you don't know what they're saying and then you're expected to do something, you're going to feel dumb because you didn't ask the question. So always ask questions. Questions are your friends. You know, they always got that saying, you know, there's never a dumb question, but then you get that one kid who just pushes the border of it. Like, what's your dog's name? There's no resemblance to what we're talking about right now. By the way, it's Zoe. If you were wondering this. Okay? Take notes to confirm what you are hearing. I do this all the time. You will take notes probably the rest of your life. All right? Who movie is that from? I think it's Van Wilder, where he's always like, write that down. Write that down. And now you can always leave a note or a memo on your phone. All you got to do is hold down till Siri or Cortana. Does Android have its own assistant yet? Huh?
That's voice.
What's it called?
That's voice.
So something not popular is what you're telling me. Anyways, all you got to do is just ask your phone to take a note, and then it will take a note for you. All right? Are we good on this?
Oh, they had an iris, the opposite Siri.
Iris, yeah. By the way, today is the event. Today is the 8th, right? No, tomorrow. Tomorrow, Apple has a big announcement. It'll be about their Apple TV, about what they're planning on doing with the new Apple TV, new Watch iOS, and the new iPhone 6S and 6S Plus and 6C. All right? Which I think they just have new colors coming out for the upper ones. And then it's got a faster processor, as always, battery life, camera. But I can't wait. I've been waiting my 2 years. I want my big phone. All right? Are we good to move on, guys? All right, I think that's all about the skills necessary. 2.2 math skills. Here we go. Don't worry. Hey, you're getting all mad. And I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you content to math. All right, I'm going to tell you why you need to know this math. All right, because as an entrepreneur, especially if you're a sole proprietor, you guys come up with what you're charging, how much you're going to charge, and why. All right, basic math skills you need to know. So what do you think the basic math skills are? The operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. That's it. There's really the only other thing that's going to get a little weird in here that you might have problems with is percentages. Don't worry. I'll get them down. How many people are still iffy about percentages? That's all right. We're going to help it out. All right? Don't worry. So here we go. Going through them. Addition and subtractions. How do we find out the amount of sales of a certain category? All right? By that, this is more of a bigger store. Let me get a marker out. Oh, wait. No, I need to do it up on here. So we can be written. I think I kept getting bumped with people that were coming in. All right. So there's going to be times where you're going to obviously need to know your gross sales or your sales in a certain category. If you own a hat store, like let's say lids, what type of things do they sell? And there's other types, but you got different brands of hats too, right? You got Adidas, you got Puma, you got Nike, New Era, all those type of ones, all right? And when you're an entrepreneur, you need to be able to say where you got all your sales from, all right? Which ones came from Nike, which ones came from Adidas. So if some look like this, let's just say somebody didn't keep good record company and record documents. All right, let's say you only sold 2 types of hats. You might ask yourself how I have such great handwriting. Practice. All right. Say you've got a total of 1,000 units sold, and 491 were Nike. How many were sold from Adidas? 500 and what? 509. It's very simple. What do? Subtract 1 from each side, right? Was that so hard? No, it's not. It's pretty simple, right? There you go. Very simple, guys. Yeah, you shouldn't have to write that down. All right, these maths, you might not even have to take notes because I've got worksheets that are going to go along with this, all right? I.e. sales of Nike shoes, we did hats. Your profit, okay? How do you find out your profit? I really need my wacko pad. I'm over there.
Isn't it what you made? Think about what you paid.
You do what again? Say again.
What you made, money, and then subtract what you paid for the
Yeah.
unit.
You take what you made. So let's say what month did we just get out of? August? All right. So in the month of August, let's say we had $10,000 worth of sales. All right. Which, guys, when you talk about money coming in and nothing's going out of it, we call that gross. Everything's together. Everything's in. Nothing's taken out. It's gross. Everything's together. All right. So you got $10,000 of gross sales. All right. Now let's say, well, we sold all those hats. It actually only cost us $2,500. No, that's a GS. All right. So that's cost of goods sold, or COGS. All right. So you take your subtract. No, that's an actual term, guys. Cost of goods sold. That's it. All right. So you just subtract them. That right there is what? Profit. In a nutshell. All right. Obviously, there's things that come out, taxes, wages, all that. But yes, take how much you sold, how much it cost you, and get your profit. You need to know it. Simple math. Simple math. Okay? Multiplication. Another thing you need to know. All right? Profit for the year. Profit for the year. All right? How can we use multiplication to figure out profit for the year? Dickus. How do we do it? How could you do it? Profit for the year. All right? Let's say it's February. I didn't say February. Let's say it's January. It's early in the year. We made $2,500 in the first month. How could you figure out or just estimate what we're going to make for the year? You multiply by 12. Very simple. All right? Because you know what? As an investor, I want you to tell me what do you think you're going to make in a year, which when we get to growth rates, you're going to see. which is probably one of the most important things you're going to have to show your investors. Are you growing? By how much? And what can I see as your sales and profits in the later months and years? Okay? All right, averages using division. All right, what is an average? Andrew, do we know what an average is? Huh?
Where we add everything up and divide it by that amount.
And how do you get an average? Do you know? You divide by what? By the total numbers that you added up, right? So, when you get to it, you're going to find out using averages gives you a better idea, a better way of finding and predicting things. You don't ever just want to use one thing of data. You're going to want to use multiple. So, let's say in month 1, we sell 60 hats. Month 2, not Monday, guys, month. Month 2, we sell 100 hats. Month 3, we sell 75 hats. What's our average? It's 200? I hope our average isn't 200.
I said it's 200 and something.
I said I hope our average isn't 200 and something.
And you have to divide it by 3.
Well, you didn't do that. So what's the average?
Well, it's 65.
Let's add them up. 0 plus 0 plus 5. 5. 6 plus 0 plus 7. 13. Carry the 1. 235. And then, like Andrew said, you take your total, divide it by the number of times we added up. 2, 3. So 3 goes into 21 or 23 how many times? 21. Drop down my 5. How many times does 3 go into 25? 8 times, right? 8 times 3 is 24, and you have a remainder of 1, which would just be 333 all the way across. But you have an average number of units, 78 hats sold per month. And the reason why you use an average, because let's say you were using 100 to predict how many hats you're going to sell in a year. If I take 100 times 12, you're going to over predict as opposed to if you took 78 times 12. You guys see that difference? It's a huge difference. So averages are going to be your friend in owning a business. What's up, Jordan? Did you say something? All right. So sales transactions. I only go like one more slide, then we'll have like a little pre-test where you show me what you kind of know already. All right. So here we go. Purchase orders. They're used whenever goods and services are sold. When somebody buys something from you, you make a purchase order. All right. It's very important when you have customers because it's your documentation, your hard evidence of somebody buying somebody. It's almost like a contract between you and that person. All right. Whenever something's sold, you write down what you sold and for how much. Okay. So that way they can't come back and say, you didn't give me this amount of money or this much. When I paid for this much, you'd be like, according to our purchase order, you ordered this much. We agreed on this. Okay? It includes the addresses, the purchase order number, which is huge. How many times have you guys tried calling somebody up to return something and they're like, what's the order number? Right? That's what it is. Order number. Okay, the date of transaction, when it happened. Why do you think it's so important to have a date on your purchase order? What? In case they take you to court? Why did your mind go to court right away? Why do you think, why would it matter in court? Okay, so it was when they bought it. Yeah, it says exactly when you bought it, but why else could it be important? Think about it, guys. Warranty, buddy. Hey, man, this broke. Sorry, man, you bought it 35 days ago. We only cover up to 30. And look, it's on your purchase order when you bought it. No longer covered under our warranty. But, guys, anything that is pretty much of worth or value, how long are warranties for manufacturers? It's a year roughly. Everything you pretty much buy has a year manufacturing warranty on it. Your phone, all right, your phone does something like, say, the battery shorts out or anything happens to that phone, a normal wear and tear within a year, you take it back, you get a new one pretty much. All right. Normally, guys, if you go to anybody and complain, they're gonna, if they want to keep you as a customer, they're gonna find a way to make it right. I told you about the Tide situation I had, right? All I did was complain about Tide. I took a picture. You know those Tide Pods? They're like little things you drop in your laundry. Well, I opened it up and like 50 of them were all stuck together. So I took a picture of it and tweeted it to Tide. And they said, call this number. I called them back. They gave me $20 of free coupons just because they wanted to fix the situation. So if anybody wants to keep you as a customer, they will find a way. All right. They list the quality, not quality, quantity, cost, and total of each item sold. And the amount due. Usually it has the sales terms. You don't need to get into that. How many of you guys have seen like those square things that you can connect to your phone? You guys know what I'm talking about? You got your phone, and is it called Square?
That's one.
You plug it in, and you can take credit cards on your phone. The only problem is that if you're a small business and everybody's using a card, then that company takes money from your profits as well. All right. All right. So we got sales tax, federal tax, local government tax charged on goods. What's our sales tax out here? Huh? It's around 8%. Last time I checked, I thought it was like 7.75%. It's close around that. You guys ever notice this is when I first noticed like county taxes and stuff. I would go to Manuka's Taco Bell, and I would get a number 6, the chalupas, but I didn't get chalupas, I got gorditas. And then, the whole total would be $6.58, something like that. Then I'd go to Morris, get the same order, and it's like $7.80 because of just county taxes. All right. That's how, if you've got 3 gas stations kind of like right next to each other, but one's on the other side of a street, that's why that one might be 2 cents more expensive because it might be in another county. Like in Manuka, there's 2 south of 80 and 1 north of 80, and there are different prices just because they're in different areas. Huh?
What about the one in the Ville?
The one in the Ville?
Yeah.
What one?
We're in the hood, baby, the Ville.
What does it even mean? What are you trying to get at? I don't know. I don't live out here.
We're in the south side.
All right. So how do you figure out sales tax?
Everything times 1.
There it is. If your sales, let's say you have a hat, all right, let's say a hat and you're selling it for $8. Actually, we'll use something easy. Let's say that's a $10 hat. That's pretty cheap, isn't it? Okay, $10 hat, and you want to figure out your sales tax. What do? You multiply it by whatever the sales tax is. And here's the thing, guys. This is where we're gonna. And again, I'll go over more. Your decimal, your percent, needs to be converted to a decimal. So there you go. What's that? Anybody know that off the top of their head?
8%.
Huh?
75 cents. 80 cents.
I got people who had 75 cents, 10 cents. All right. Does anybody know how to do this longhand? It's 80 cents. So your total would be, you guys can use calculators in here, but you guys should know how to do it longhand. 8 times 0 is 0, 0, 8, 0 times that, 0, 0, 0, 0. Bring them all down. Oh, that's an 8. How many numbers are behind the decimal? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 80 cents. All right. So once you find out your sales tax, you add it to the price. So $10 plus 0.8. When you go to buy that hat, it's going to charge the customer $10.80. Where do those 80 cents go?
Be good.
That's right. Okay? Let me see. I'm only, this is my last slide, guys, right here. Look at that. That's all. Then we'll go to there. That's tomorrow. We'll go here tomorrow. So what I want to go ahead and do, guys, is go ahead and log in. I need to go to here. Not stores, but some places. Like, for example,